Everybody needs at least sunlight, oxygen, and water. But for diabetics, insulin is another essential.
Hi, my name is Tian Lan. I'm 11 years old and I'm in grade 5 at Sir William Osler Elementary. My project is on insulin and Sir Frederick Grant Banting.
An insulin injection is used to control blood sugars of a diabetic patient.
Diabetes is a killer disease. Many had died of it before insulin was discovered.
Before insulin, it was a death sentence, I guess you could say. If you were diagnosed with diabetes, you knew you had a very short time to live. And your quality of life after you were diagnosed with the disease was very, very poor.
The main discoverer of insulin is Sir Frederick Grant Banting. He came up with the idea of how to create insulin in 1920. Banting then proposed the idea to Professor MacLeod later that year. Professor MacLeod gave Banting lab space, experimental dogs, and an assistant, Dr. Best. Experiments began in 1921. Banting and Best quickly got positive results. Dr. Collip came to join the project in autumn of 1921. His goal was to purify insulin for human use. In January of 1922, insulin was tested on the first diabetic patient, Leonard Thompson. The results were positive. After this discovery, Banting and MacLeod were awarded the Nobel Prize in 1923. Banting was knighted in 1924 and then made a Fellow of the Royal Canadian Society in 1935. Banting and his co-workers even decided to sell the patent of insulin to drug company Eli Lilly and then donate the profit to diabetic patients so they could have access to insulin for free.
This discovery surely was a great one.
The International Diabetes Federation has reported that about 350 million people worldwide have diabetes.
But that is not the only reason that insulin is important. Just as the famous Jackie Robinson said, "A life is not important except the impact it has on other people." There is a very significant cycle being formed by insulin, diabetic Canadians, and Canada's heritage. An example of this cycle is medical Nobel Prize receiver Dr. Minot. Sir Banting's discovery saved Dr. Minot, who then discovered a cure for pernicious anemia. Another example is my Little League teammate, Rylan Millar. He is a type 1 diabetes patient. Thanks to the discovery of insulin, he can be one of the best players in the league.
Banting's contribution to Canadian heritage is still truly significant, but the diabetes problem is still not completely solved.
After a lifetime of injecting insulin, your blood sugar levels are never as well controlled as you would like. So there's a lot of complications like heart disease. Blindness is an issue with people who have diabetes.
Every Canadian has an equal chance of having a great contribution to Canada. Now the question is, which Canadian citizen will contribute to all of Canada and become the next Banting?